Faculty members already have teaching material. We have PPTs, PDFs, class notes, textbook extracts, articles, web links, and sometimes even lab manuals. But the real challenge is not collecting material. The real challenge is converting it into something usable for teaching. We need a clear lesson outline, a student handout, a quiz, Viva questions, PPT points, and sometimes even a short teaching script. Doing all of that manually takes time. So the question is simple. Can one tool help us convert trusted source material into classroom-ready teaching support? That is where NotebookLM becomes useful. NotebookLM is useful because it works differently from a normal chatbot. In a normal AI chat, we ask a question and get a broad answer. But in NotebookLM, we first upload our own sources. Then we ask questions based on those sources. So instead of asking the AI to answer from anywhere, we guide it with trusted material. That is why it is especially useful for teachers. We can upload a PDF, PPT, notes, article, or web link and then ask for a summary, a study guide, common student doubts, exam-oriented questions, or a teaching outline. In simple words, NotebookLM becomes a source-based teaching assistant. For this video, let us take one practical example from MLT teaching, blood grouping and cross-matching. This is a strong demo topic because it has theory, laboratory relevance, procedure understanding, student doubts, and exam value. A teacher may already have a PPT, class notes, a blood bank manual, a textbook chapter, or an SOP. But these sources are often scattered. NotebookLM helps us organize them. Instead of treating this as only a reading topic, we can turn it into multiple teaching outputs. That is exactly why this example is powerful. It shows how one allied healthcare topic can become a complete mini teaching package. The first use case is simple explanation. Suppose we upload our trusted source material on blood grouping and cross-matching. Then we ask NotebookLM, explain this topic for allied healthcare undergraduate students based only on the uploaded sources. Give me key concepts, important definitions, and a 30-minute teaching outline. Now the tool can help convert raw material into a structured explanation. It may identify ABO grouping, RH factor, antigen-antibody principle, compatibility logic, and the purpose of cross-matching. So instead of the teacher starting from a blank page, NotebookLM gives an organized draft that can become the base for classroom teaching. The second use case is student support. Once the summary is ready, NotebookLM can help us prepare a one-page handout and quick assessment material. We can ask for a student handout that includes key terms, a simple explanation, common mistakes, and revision questions. We can also ask for MCQs, short answer questions, and Viva questions. This is useful because not every student learns the same way. Some students need a concise handout, some need questions for revision, some need likely Viva prompts. So from one trusted source set, the teacher can create multiple learning supports without repeating the work again and again. A third use case is lab teaching support. Blood grouping and cross-matching is not only a theory topic. It is also connected to lab understanding, precautions, procedure flow, and common student mistakes. So we can ask NotebookLM to prepare a simple procedural teaching outline, list important precautions, identify common errors, and generate Viva questions for lab discussion. This is very helpful in multi-teaching because faculty often need both theory and practical support. Instead of manually breaking everything into separate teaching notes, we can use the same source-based notebook to generate structured lab teaching content. This is where the real workflow becomes powerful. NotebookLM is best for source-based understanding and organization. Gemini is then useful for shaping the output into teaching assets, so the workflow can be simple. First, upload trusted sources into NotebookLM. Then ask for a summary, handout, quiz, or teaching outline. After that, use Gemini to turn the output into PPT slide points, a cleaner classroom explanation, an image prompt, or even a short video script. In other words, NotebookLM helps us stay close to the source, and Gemini helps us convert that into polished teaching content. Together, they create a practical digital teaching workflow. For the Saturday hands-on session, the expectation is simple. Please bring one small topic, one trusted source, and one clear teaching goal. Do not choose a very broad unit. Choose something that can be taught in 30 to 45 minutes. Your source can be a PDF, PPT, notes, a lab manual, a textbook extract, or a web link. During the session, we will use a workflow like this. Topic selection, source upload, NotebookLM summary, teaching outline, handout, quiz, and then refinement through Gemini if needed. The goal is not to master every AI tool in one day. The goal is to convert one teaching topic into one useful teaching package.